Hello, welcome back to the 90s Mad Podcast, your podcast for all things Newcastle United. Usually hosted by three lifelong Newcastle United friends, but today it's just the two of us. Myself,
Just the
D-Man,
two of us.
joined by AC. You good, bruv? You good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Good evening. Good evening. I'm very well. How are you?
I'm all right, man. I'm all right. Tired. Still not over the celebrations and that, but yeah, man.
I
Can't
know.
complain. Can't
I know.
complain.
It's been a week already, so time has flown by really quickly.
Yeah.
Still a bit surreal, isn't it? Really, I think most fans are still feeling that little bit of like, did that actually happen? Was that a fever dream? Like we actually
We
won
did
the
it.
cup, but
Yeah, man. But until the parade's over, I don't think people are gonna come down to earth yet. So I'm actually going up to the parade. So
ooh,
hopefully, yeah, man. Hopefully, it's one to remember. No doubt it will
mm,
be. But don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend, all that good stuff. Jefferson can't be with us today, but he'll be back with us soon.
mhm,
So big up Jefferson.
big
Um,
up.
yeah, man, we got Mighty Mag in the building, PDK. Big up, guys. Hope you guys are well. Oh, feel free to join the chat if you want to come on, have your say in a little bit. We're gonna send a link in the chat. If you want to come and have a quick say, about what we're gonna talk about, let us know. All good, man, all good. But yeah, man, before we get into the nitty-gritty, like about this parade, right?
Mm,
What's your thoughts on it? Because obviously originally it was meant there was rumors that there's gonna do the big show in the malls, and then
mm.
a little thing in the evening, but then there was going to be no bus parade. So when you first heard that, what were your initial thoughts?
I was thinking they have to do a bus parade, surely. Like, I get it. At the malls would still be eventful. I saw some fans almost like complaining that they have to register the interest to go in a place and sit on some grass, right? Which is quite a funny way of looking at it. And I get it. But it would be, we would expect a bus tour. We would expect
Mm,
that. I think it's like something that you would expect. And obviously we've been looking forward to this moment, dreaming about this moment, that we would thought that when the time comes round, it will be a bus parade, open top bus, Bruno at the front, and it's just like you've imagined it being that way. Whereas at the malls, I'm not sure how that would go down. It might be a bit weird because how will they do it there? Obviously, they have a stage and such. The players will be there, they present, but after that's done, what then happens? I don't know. I don't know. They're going to have like, is it a bit more eventful, music and stuff? I'm not sure, but I think going through Newcastle and going through some key locations, doing the open top bus, and seeing the players just having a good time and having that celebrations and everyone could come out and see for, it doesn't matter. It doesn't require tickets, perhaps. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
And I
I
think that's the big thing there.
Okay. Big up Scats who's locked in as well. I was on a pod with him. Specs is Geordie Dread TV. Who's
Specs.
with a gang of them Scants.
I did
Cav,
watch it the other
yeah,
day. I
yeah,
watched
yeah.
it. It was a good
Chris
pod. Good
Dubs,
pod.
yeah, all of that, man. But he asked a good question about do you think we should have had it at the end of the season? I personally think yes.
Yes, I do too as well.
It does still seem strange to have it. I say mid-season, but while the season's still going on, maybe that
Yeah.
shows a bit of inexperience because we're not used to this kind of thing. I think they just want to, keep hold of the fever, the good vibes on that. And listen, it's international break.
Mm,
We don't play on that weekend, so maybe it made sense. They obviously had their reasons for it, but yeah, it would have been probably nicer to have it at the end of the season when we know what we've got, what we've done, if that makes sense. Because we've still got a lot to do,
mm.
which we'll touch on. Big up Adrian as well. But he said, "Nah, do it now. Cash in on the vibes."
Mm.
But
I think the only thing is that if you do wait for a few more months, the weather would be better as well. So that will go into it, I think,
well, this is my thing because listen, I like the fact they're doing a bus parade now because obviously I'm actually going to the whole thing. But when I heard, because I got my train, I booked my train before I even heard about what they were doing. And then when I heard they're going to do it in the morning, and obviously I don't know nothing about it, but people's like, it's a muddy field, bro. It's just pure mud. I am not looking forward to that. Right. So I'm going to chase up from London bringing wellies or something. Or
Sounds like Glasgow.
Yeah, man. And I didn't think about, the toilets, using the toilets and stuff like that. Bro, that's long. That's long. But you know what? Because I was going to bring my son. For it, but I thought, luckily I didn't book him a ticket, because at the end of the day, he would not stand for that. A whole day in a muddy field.
No,
it'd be a lot crowd as well.
Yeah, it'd be a lot for a young kid, because then you can imagine he'd be like tugging. You'd be like, "Oh, my legs are tired," like. Do you know what I mean?
It's not like we're close to home as well.
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna be on your feet all day, mopping around and this and that, and
But I see PDK said he's only going to go see the bus parade. He's not on the muddy field in the rain. I heard it might be good weather in terms of no rain, but that don't matter. I don't like mud. That's long. Yeah, that's long. That's not for me. But we'll see, man. We'll see. But yeah, listen, it's obviously we've had the international break. We've had a few players go on international break, namely Bruno, Byrne, Joe Linton, Tonali, right? And it's been a mixed bag. I don't know if you've been keeping up to date with what's been going on with each player and that.
A little bit, yeah, a little bit. Obviously, I see some clips of certain people who are thriving right now, like the boy Isak. We'll get into him in a bit. We've got a lot to talk about him at the moment. But it's really interesting because, there's so many of our players who are on international duty. I can't remember the last time we've had this many players going on international duty, to be honest.
And the same way, it's a sign that we're moving up in the ranks. We're actually becoming a serious club.
Exactly.
Let's talk about Dan Burn. I don't know if you saw any of the England games, right? Because I didn't really see them. I only saw a flash. I think 30 or 40 minutes of the first game, but the rest I didn't hear. But talking about his debut, right? What were your thoughts on what people are saying? Because I've heard that some people said he had an outstanding debut. Some said, it was one of the best debuts they've seen in modern times. But then other people saying he was good up until the point when Broja came on and he just got absolutely slapped about for the last few minutes when Broja was on. Yeah. What were your thoughts on his debut?
I think he did well on his debut. I think, it's quite easily to look at it and critique it down to every single detail. And I don't know, you can't be too harsh on it. It's his debut. I don't know what people are expecting, to be honest. It's like, I expected him to turn up and score with his head again. Like, it's almost like temper your expectations a little bit as well. Like, it's his first time playing this England squad, playing with a lot of players he's never played with before. First time at international stage. It's the first time for everything. And I think he did well knowing the circumstances. Yes, there might have been some tough battles when it comes to, like you said, Broja coming on and this and that. But I don't know. I'm not too harsh on it personally. I think he did well. And I think, it applauds to himself in terms of like his capabilities. We know what Burns like anyway. We see him week in, week out. And I think, if anything, one thing you can say about Dan Burn is that he will thrive and continue. He's almost like, he will never give you his very best in his first game for England, but by his 10th game, he will be amazing because he needs consistency in placing in the team. And you'll see him.
Get 10 games? Will he get 10 games under Tuchel, do you reckon?
That's another question. There is competition there, isn't there? But I have to admit, when you look at the other players, though, obviously Dan Burn, he has that ability which a manager would put him in, like Howe does, for the height, etc., and for that physicality, So it's going to be interesting. I'm not saying he can get the next 10 games like straight, but obviously at the moment, Tuchel, he will play about a bit. And I think expect to see that the next time we got internationals, let's say, Dan Burn might not start. And people can't take it harshly that he's been dropped all of a sudden. Yeah. So the fact that we're still trying to adjust and work it out. Tuchel, he's had 2 games, like his first 2 games him managing. Obviously, we won both games, which is good. So it's 2 out of 2. At the same time, temper your expectations.
It's going to take time, isn't it? It's going to take time.
It's going to take time. And also the opposition we faced, just slow down a bit. But overall, though, I think he did well. And I think, he had a great debut in all opinion. And I'm, still really proud and happy for him. He had like the madness is that one, literally the night before He was like lifting up the cup. Next morning, he's in the camp with his England top on. I'm just like, look, and he looked like he didn't even sleep. You know what I mean? It's just like all of a sudden he transported, going to the camp, training with the guys. That's it. Yeah. So fair play.
Don't worry, PDK. We're going to talk about Isak shortly. And Isak. I know Sketchy said, do you think the parade could derail our push for top 5? And this is exactly what we're going to talk about in a bit still. So don't worry. We'll get to that. And also, I want to know your thoughts on this whole Trent thing. Yeah, because I see a lot of Liverpool fans losing their shit. Yeah, about this Trent transfer. And part of me can't understand why. But I need a Liverpool fan to explain it to me. And also, like I said, Adrian, Sians, if you want to pop on the show, share your thoughts on certain things, we're going to share the link in the chat. You want to come on for a couple of minutes and share your thoughts, let us know. But yeah, obviously Gordon started the first game, or came on in the first game, should I say, and he got injured. I think it's a hip injury. Hopefully it's not too bad. He's got the Brentford game off anyway, so hopefully by the time the suspension's lifted, he should be back. So hopefully it's nothing too serious.
I was a bit worried about that. I have to admit, I was thinking, oh, this is the move we don't really need. But at the same time, I was thinking, in a real like devil's advocate kind of way, I was like, actually, this is a good opportunity for Barnes to get some more run time, right?
Running the team, yeah.
Because
does Gordon have to earn his place back in that team, do you think? Or does he come straight back in when he's fit and free and available?
I think at the moment, Barnes deserves his shot still. And I think he'll be really harshly done if all of a sudden Barnes doesn't see a blade of grass again. Do you know what I mean? It'd be really harsh to do that. But at the same time, though, our coach has done some recent moves where Dubravka didn't see a blade of grass again. So I don't know how this will go down. And I know how much Eddie Howe is a fan of Gordon because, let's face it, in a comparison to the two, we talked about this before, is that Gordon does offer a lot defensive work as well. But at the same time, though, it was an interesting play how he played in the final with Barnes because he was almost given that little bit of freedom of don't worry about tracking back as much. And I think it played to his strengths a little bit. And I
think a lot of that had to do with Quansah being a right back. And
that did help as well. That did help.
We've been linked to him now again for the summer. We've been linked to Quansah, but for we're going to bid 30 million for him or something. But some are saying that 120 million plus Quansah for Isak. Nah, bro. Nah.
Personally, I just think we can't do anything with Liverpool because they're going to try smooth a deal with Isak. But we'll definitely talk about Isak in a bit because
that boy's on fire. But
the boy's on fire. But also, I feel like every day we're hearing nonsense on the media.
Oh, bro, we're going to get to all that because it's interesting. It's interesting, shall I say? But big up Cav from the Red Pitch podcast. Again, he was on the podcast the other day with Specs and that. But yeah, he's got his own podcast.
Yeah, big up.
At the Red Pitch podcast. Laminas, big up. He said, "Do you think Gordon will hit 15 goals plus 10 assists consistently?" He's capable. I don't know what's his stats at the moment. He's got 6 league goals and about 3 assists. 3 or 4 assists or something like that. Any?
Yeah, something like that. Now, what's quite interesting, I did bring it up before, I think about a few episodes back, where I did a comparison stats of Barnes versus Gordon, and even know how much minutes he has compared to Barnes stats are not far from behind from Gordon's. It's quite interesting, obviously. This season, Gordon hasn't scored as much goals in terms of like his tally like he did last season. So, I don't know. I would like to see more goals from him, to be honest, because I think it's that type of position that if he's able to score more goals, that's definitely going to help us try to secure top 5. And we'll get into that detail about what's possible and not for the top 5, because it's those details that will matter, in my opinion, because at the moment, we ain't got to worry about Isak. He's going to score for us, right? But
just stay fit, bro.
If we rely just on Isak to score those goals and the odd or 2 from Murphy, I don't think it might be enough because you need to get goals from all around, really, to
help. But all right, so before we get to Isak, Tonali and Joe Linton both had a mixed bag in their internationals. We'll start with Tonali because he got off to a flyer. He scored for Italy, but I think they end up losing that game. I forgot who they played. Was it Germany? I can't remember, or Spain. I can't remember who they played, but they lost. I think they end up losing. And then they lost the second game, I think, as well. Don't quote me. I think they lost. I think he lost both games. But the big one was obviously Joe Linton for Brazil. I don't know if you saw the first game. The goal they conceded.
His mistake.
Some say it was a foul. You know, he lost the ball, whatever, and they've gone and scored. Bruno got another booking, so he was suspended for the next game, which was against Brazil.
Yeah,
and Brazil giving it all that chat about what they're going to do to Argentina. Yeah, got slapped 4-1, right? 4-1 without Messi, by the way. Yeah, ridiculous. Absolutely, the defending was kamikaze, bro. It was awful, absolutely awful. But yeah, he had a mixed bag as well. So not the best of time out for them. But let's talk about Isak because forget the first game. Did you see game yesterday against Northern Ireland?
Yeah? Yes, I did.
The goal and the assist. First of all, the assist. That's just Isak all over, man. This is why he is the best striker in the world, right? Because he offers so much more than Erling Haaland, bro. Erling Haaland is damn near a target man right about now, yeah? And so he doesn't get the ball to feet, he can't do nothing with it, right? Isak is everywhere. He can hold up the ball, he can drift out wide, he can dribble, he can pass, and he can shoot, right? And he's doing all of that, yeah? The guy's a menace, right? That assist that he put on the play, I don't know who the Swedish guy that scored, but the assist was mad. And then the Thunderbolt
pass just cut through. It was
cut through. Yeah, his valuation. Listen, I'm starting to think 150 million is too cheap. You know. Right.
Well, I'm hearing Southampton player now worth 100 mil, right? I'm like, bro, if he's worth 100 mil, how much is this guy right now?
Listen, 250. 250. Yeah,
this guy's gonna break records.
Don't even pick up the phone. Do not pick up the phone. The guy is that good. And this is why we've seen a lot of rumors about, you know, where would he go? And credit to some of them, they're saying, first of all, I don't think he's going to leave Newcastle, right? But they said, if he does, where does he go, right? So you've got the Arsenal, you've got the Liverpool, and then you've got Barcelona interested, PSG interested. Now, personally, obviously, I think he stays, but I've said this before on Spex's podcast. No disrespect to Arsenal, right? But he's too big to. If he's going to move from Newcastle, yeah, the sky is the limit, bro. Why would you pick Arsenal? Yeah, Arsenal are nearly rans, right? Yeah. They don't win trophies, right? They've got to worry about more than just a striker. I don't think they can afford Isak anyway. Right?
It'll blow their budget. It'll blow their budget. One player. So
yeah. And then you've got Liverpool, right? Now, obviously, the Trent things just happened, which a lot of people expected anyway. But Salah and Van Dijk's career futures are still up in the air, right? So if you're Isak, you're thinking, hold on a minute, like two of your best players, what's happening with them, right? You've got to rebuild, and let's be honest, Liverpool aren't going to get it that cushy next season. They win the league this season, but next season it could be a complete different story. Right, so there's no guarantees.
I think so too. So too.
My thing is, if I'm Isak, right, even if he doesn't sign a new contract with us, he's still got a lengthy term left. Stay one more season, right? Even if it's in Europa, bro, stay one more season, and then Lewandowski's another year older, right? Barcelona, bro, you can play with Rafinha and Lamine Yamal, yeah, and you be the focal point up top, yeah. If you've got those two. Are you picking Diaz and Salah, or Diaz and another right winger, or Saka and Martinelli, bruv? Like it makes no sense, bro.
I can't see him sidestepping to another club in the Premier League. I just can't see it. I think the days of Newcastle players doing that in the past, you know, it was a thing that happened, and damn right it used to hurt us. It would hurt us, man, seeing our players just sidestep to another club and who, you know, you got to face twice in the season. It's just like, it really hurts. But I don't think we will see that from Isak. I truly believe he's like, I saw another interview the other day. He actually did it in Swedish, and he was just like, he's almost just like, I think he's getting a bit fed up himself. He's like, I've said several times, I really enjoy being at Newcastle. I'm happy here. Do you know what I mean? It's like, how many times does he have to say that? But for some reason, these ITKs are like, Liverpool, like talking to like Newcastle, like they're really keen on Isak. They're really keen. It's just like, oh, goodness sake. What gets me, right? It's March. It's March. God help us when like summer happens, because it's gonna be
It's
suffering.
gonna be awful.
You're gonna hear like all types of rumors, like nasty rumors, and everyone's gonna just doing stuff for the clickbait, you know.
Bro, they're doing the same thing with Tonali at this moment, bro. They're saying that Barcelona want Tonali. Yeah, it's. But I suppose that's the sign of the kind of caliber player that we have now. Yeah,
exactly. It's
we've got 4 or 5 now who can
it's
you know what I mean. You can get the attention of many big clubs. But I see Adrian said Isak's going to be leading our title push next season. And Cav on the red pitch, he said, as much as I love Isak, I'd rather get Gyökeres for his release clause of 70 mil and a lot more attacking players to that. And I think that's probably Arsenal's more way of thinking. I think Gyökeres or Sesko, I think they're going to go for.
He'll be a good buy. Yeah. He would light up the Premier League. I have to admit, he's a
Gyökeres.
Yeah.
Why? It'd be interesting if you've got Isak, Gyökeres, Haaland all in the Prem. Yeah, and even if Man United get Osimhen, I don't know that. It could be.
Premier League would be hard next season. It'll be hard.
It could be mad. Lomina said, man, the Saudi are going to give him a few matches in Dubai. He ain't going nowhere. Listen, well, the owner did say, he said, listen, avoid any bids, reject any bids at all costs for our stars. So, and this is a man who's got money. Yeah. So we've got commercial deals coming. If the Man City ruling goes in their favor, then we've got more money to spend. With the sponsorships and stuff, so time will tell, man.
It will come, and I think what will end up happening, they probably will give him a new contract. It won't be like ridiculous. It won't be the Haaland 9 years or nothing like that. But what we will see is a little bit more length onto that corporate contract. But also, I think we could see a definitely record-breaking amount of money he's going to be on for the club.
100%.
It's going to happen, right? It's going to be some figure, which obviously is going to get the other players in the team look and go, huh?
Well, to be fair, who can look at him and say, huh? There's nobody. I understand.
I think what we're probably going to have to do as well, we'll probably offer some different terms for Tonali as well, because I understand that I think certain players are just going to come up a little bit more, and just to balance it out a little bit. But honestly, I can't. People don't want to hear it, but I just can't see anyone. People are going to think they can get him. I think they're going to try. But I tell you why it won't happen as well. And I think us winning the League Cup, it's such a big monumental thing because, okay, it was a big thing that we did just generally for winning the cup because we've now started, we've like broken that, let's say, hex on us, whatever. It's done now, right? But what it does, it starts the transition of ambition for the club.
Yes, the appetite.
Because you got to remember, these players were all brought into a project. It's a project. And I think because this has happened now, we've been in 2 cup finals in 3 years and we've won one of them. It's going to kickstart something. And I think I'm quite excited for summer just in general because I'm also hoping as well we're going to start seeing some calibers of players going to start coming to the club as well. We're going to start building because people like to joke and mess about. I see some things on Twitter and stuff, and people just like 3 key signings, man. We can push for the title, and I'm like, oh, just
slow down, slow your roll, man.
Calm down.
Let's walk before we can run, innit?
But like, I understand the excitement and such because it doesn't feel that far sometimes, but there's still a lot of work to do there. But you know, it would be nice to see we end the summer and we've like come away with like 4 great signings just coming to the team.
Well, we're due it because we haven't spent for the last couple of summers, so we're due a busy summer at some point. And what best way to do it on the back of a trophy win? Show the likes of Tonali and Isak that we be business. To start signing. I mean, I see we linked to Bakayoko, Delap, and the Bournemouth defender. I can't remember his name, whatever his name is, the centre back. I hypothetically was to get those 3, then I can say, right, we mean business and keep Isak, keep Tonali, keep Bruno.
That's the
You know what I
thing.
mean?
If those players come and we keep our core team, who
Who
am I to
knows?
argue?
Who knows? But then the pressure intensifies on Eddie Howe for next season. But we'll get to that anyway. But I see Mighty Mac said, D-man, we are going to get this right through the summer. This is just a start. I'm taking no notice of it, indeed. And Cav said, I think you guys will spend big in the summer, to be honest. If Newcastle get the right signings, they can be challengers. And Adrian said, getting Champions League is critical. And that leads us on to the main course of the pod, right? Again, if you want to join, come on and have your say. You know, we'll put the link in the chat. You can come on for a couple minutes and speak on it a little bit. But yeah, we're going to talk about the remainder of the season now because, you know, the job's not done. We've got 10 remaining games. Some we can should expect 3 points. Some maybe not so, but we need to get, ideally 4th place. But this season, 5th should be enough to get Champions League. So I don't know if we've got the remaining fixtures up or the fixture list up.
Let's go up.
Yeah. So all right. So obviously the Palace game was postponed because of the cup final. So our next batch of games is Brentford at home, Leicester away, Man United at home, which I'm going to, Aston Villa away, and Ipswich Town at home. Right. So if we take April now, right? Looking at those fixtures, we'll go one by one in a bit, but looking at those fixtures, how many points do you think we should be looking at minimum?
Should. Okay. Let's break it down game by game. So first game with Brentford at home. Now, it's going to be our first home game since winning the cup. First of all, that's context for here. And I think a lot of this is going to do with context. That is a big context. St. James's Park is going to be, I feel sorry for any opposition come to the ground after that win. Wolfpack's going to put on a big display. Expect it. Expect it. So I'm expecting 3 points there. I'm expecting to win. Don't get me wrong, Brentford will bring some A game to that, but I think the atmosphere, the stadium, us be on the bounce, I expect to win there. Leicester away, we should win that as well. I think we should. Don't get me wrong, an away game like that, knowing their circumstances, they need points as well. You're probably going to get what's his name? I forgot his name. The striker. He's going to be, Vardy's going to be pointing at the Premier League badge, mocking it like he's won the league and all that. You see, he did that against Spurs, didn't he?
Yeah, but they were mocking him hard still, but yeah.
Vardy pointing at the Premier League badge. Anyway, Man United at home. Boy, this for me,
you and this team.
For me, that's a scalp. We're taking that. I'm expecting 3 points there personally. So I've gone through the first 3 there: Brentford, Leicester, and Man United, and I'm expecting all wins there. So that's 9 points. Villa away, I think it's a tricky one. I won't lie to you. I can't say it's a definite win there. I think a result of a draw would be good. So I'm going to take a draw there and say that's 10 points. Ipswich at home, that's another win, I reckon. So I think we can come out of that with 13 points, personally.
Okay. And to everyone in the chat, the April fixtures, how many points do you think we're going to get and against who? Now, me personally, Brentford, I think Brentford is one of the toughest games because it's the game after the high of the cup final, the parade. We don't know, I don't expect the players to be drinking at the parade anyway, but it's the whole feeling, the atmosphere, are we going to get a bit of a hangover? And Brentford, obviously Brentford have only beaten us once since they've come up in the Premier League, and that was the reverse fixture this season, right? So, and we knocked them out of the cup also. We got our revenge there. At home, we're strong. Well, we are pretty strong this season. Not strong as we have been, but we're pretty strong. But Brentford have started to win away. Before, they were useless away from home for a long time, but they've started to win away from home now. Vissa and then Bremo are a problem. Sharda is a problem. Yeah, they've got players that can cause us problems. Now we need to be on it. I don't expect the fitness to be an issue because even though we've had international breaks, they'd have a week off, whatever. They can train. Some of them gone to Dubai, whatever it is, So I still think we'll win, but it's not going to be easy. But it's under that to St. James's. I think the atmosphere will be okay. I think we'll get that done. Leicester, I want to see a cricket score. Yeah.
What's
So go.
the context for Brentford? Is that a Sunday game?
No, midweek Tuesday.
Oh, it's
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
No,
Oh,
Wednesday. Sorry, Wednesday.
oh
Wednesday.
yes, midweek, isn't it? Okay.
Yeah, and I'm gonna miss it because I'm at the Usher concert. Yeah,
Mm.
with the missus. But yeah, but I'll be looking at my phone for the score. But nah, I think
You better hope Usher don't come to you in the crowd and he's like trying to serenade your girl, right? And then you're there checking the scores.
Brother, you will see me on TV. Yeah, I'll be swinging. Ain't no roses guy near my missus, but you're mad. I'll punch him up.
Usher serenading. He's like got a bunch of cherries and that.
And I'm seeing Brentford and Bremo scored against Nuke. Nah, bro. Not happening.
He was like looking the cherries. Right.
But yeah, then you've got the Leicester. They're garbage. They are trash, right? And I don't care if we're away from home. We need to be slapping this team.
Bury them.
Yeah, absolutely. If we drop top points to any promoted team, bro, we're awful, right? We should be slapping them. Right? They're garbage, right?
Just to point out as well, just to point before you continue, something I've forgotten about is context as well, is that we need to get some good results and with scores of goals and goal differences, because teams around us have higher goal difference at the moment.
Yeah,
so I think towards the end of the season, goal difference might play a lot into it. So we need to buck it up a bit.
Well, this is it. And what a better opportunity to get it against the next two games. Leicester away and Man United at home. Yeah. And that's, like I said, I'm going up to the Man United game. Now, there is no way. Man United, we know how garbage this team is. I don't care what results they've got with the last couple of games. They are crap, right? They are rubbish. And at home, we need to be peppering them, absolutely peppering them. And I'm not going to St. James's Park to see us lose, you know, to that. That's 3 points. I'm convinced that's 3 points.
I think they will, because they're going to play free at the back, thinking they can still play free at the back.
Big up MBF. That's my brother, by the way.
Which one?
We say, MBFX. He said, "Are we saying Champions League is on?" Then I'm seeing a lot of optimism in the chat. Listen, we'll make our predictions come the end of the thing, right? We're just taking it game by game, right? Because Champions League qualification is not going to be easy, yeah, because teams around us.
It's not a landslide. It's not a landslide.
You know, we're not even in the places at the moment. We're sick. Obviously, we've got games in hand and that, which is good. But yeah, Man United beating them, right? Aston Villa. Now, I don't know how that coincides with Champions League football, the Aston Villa game. I don't know if they get through to the next round or whatever. I don't know. Hopefully, there's some sort of hangover.
This is the thing with Villa. They've obviously have a very good campaign so far in Champions League. They've probably exceeded everyone's expectations right now. Do I dare say that? But their form in the league has dropped significantly. There's been games where you think they should get points and they don't. They just don't.
Yeah. But they're only 2 points behind. Obviously, we've got a game in hand, but they're 2 points behind us. So I don't know what their fixtures are like, but we need to be. Let me see if I can just get them actually. But we need to be beating them because
it'd be good actually if you do get opposition fixtures up as well, and we could just cross-reference a little bit here, because I think I saw the other day, and I think people were saying online, is that out of most other teams in that situation, so us, Chelsea, City, Villa, Bournemouth, apparently we have the most, dare I say, nicest set of fixtures compared to the oppositions. But to be honest, that doesn't quite mean anything though in Premier League terms, because every game is a hard game, and I think I just want to get that across as well. We're not saying 3 points earlier like easy scalps. I wasn't necessarily saying that. They're still tough games, but I would like
let me tell you Villa's fixtures, right? Away to Brighton, hard game. Home to Forest, hard game. Away to Southampton, cricket score. Home to Newcastle, difficult game. Away to Man City, difficult game. And remember, we're competing with Man City as well, so that's good as well.
Yeah, Man City need to win that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Oh, right. Home to Fulham, not an easy game. Away to Bournemouth, who are competition, not an easy game. Home to Spurs, they'll beat Spurs. Well, to be fair, Spurs tend to turn up against Aston Villa, where we're home or away, and away to Manchester United. So on the last game of the season, Man United could beat them. So they've got a hard fixture list. Yeah. So if I look at Bournemouth have got home to Ipswich, that's 3 points. Away to West Ham, home to Fulham, away to Palace, home to Man United, they'll beat them, away to Arsenal, home to Aston Villa, away to Man City, home to Leicester, and they're in the FA Cup as well. So they're not easy as well. They're not easy, right?
And also context for Bournemouth as well. They still got a lot of players missing. They've been hit hard with injuries. So
but it hasn't really affected them though. That's the thing. It has the way they play. It hasn't affected them. Like
no, but I think we saw in the last few games though that the young boys that they had, it's almost like, not saying they're getting fined out a little bit, but it's almost like your luck only goes so far. Do you know what I mean?
I think Bournemouth have only won like 3 of the last 6 or 7 games. So
yeah,
you know what I mean. But I don't know. But you've got a few more comments. We said Mighty Mac said Brighton be happy with a point. He said still have my heart set on. Adrian said still have my heart set on catching and sneaking past Forest. Now that dream's dead, bro. We're not catching them.
Forest are gone.
Forest. Arsenal need to worry about Forest. Yeah, the way Forest are playing at the moment. Yeah, and they're still in the FA Cup as well. Forest got up with a trophy and top 4, bro. Right, or top 3.
I tell you what, though, if Forest end up finishing second, Arsenal fans going to go in shadows real quick because
my brother should lose his job. Arteta should lose his job if he finishes third, unless he wins the Champions League, which is not going to happen. But if they finish third in the season they were meant to be champions, he needs to go. Yeah, he needs to go. But Cav said Villa got Brighton and Forest next tough games. Big up Double D in the building. He said April may not be as straightforward as it looks for you guys. And listen, I agree because I'm still through the fixtures, but Brentford I expected the 3 points. Leicester, 3 points. Man United, 3 points. Villa, I think that might be a loss. Because we're not going to go this amazing run of all these games. But
I said a draw.
You said a draw, but I think we'll beat Ipswich. So that's 12 points. I will be fuming if we drop points to Manchester United. Yeah, I will be fuming because they are shite. They're absolutely awful.
They're the worst team, but what's really annoying that they're still in Europe. They're still in their competition. They're still in Europa.
Yeah, listen. My brother MBFX, sorry, he made a good point. So he said, okay, so mathematically it's on, but City definitely getting in. So you need a Forest bottle job, surely. Not necessarily, bro, because top five should get Champions League this season. Yeah, top 5 should get it. So we don't want to be relying on it, but top 5 should be up. But we're not catching Forest. City, had they beaten Forest, I thought they could go for second, yeah, or third. But you just can't trust City, man. And let me look at their fixtures as well.
I think there's going to be some surprise scores still to come with Man City. I can see them dropping some points.
Let me look at Man City quickly because they are, like I said, I don't really trust them too tough. But let's have a look. So they've got home to Leicester, 3 points. Away to Man United, nope, I don't think they win that. Home to Chelsea, home to Palace.
What? Wait. Pause. You said they got an away game to United.
Yeah.
You don't think they're going to win that?
No. United, no matter how garbage United are, they turn up against Man City. Didn't you see what they did at the Etihad? They beat them 2-1 at the Etihad, bro. Yeah. And they was there.
They do this. It's a rival thing, isn't it? They step up to
it's the Manchester. Yeah.
Manchester
they're home to Palace. Not so sure because Palace tend to do well over there. Away to Everton. Not a given. Home to Villa. Not a given. Home to Wolves. Should beat Wolves. Away to Southampton. Should beat Southampton. Home to Bournemouth. Not a given. And away to Fulham. Not a given. So Man City. Listen, Man City. Yeah. It's not a given. Yeah.
And the thing is as well, and this applies to any team here, not just about the opposition, but even to us. If you, because I'm looking at the amount of games there, there's quite a lot of games there to play, but I kind of feel like if you lose 3 games out of that bunch, you're out of the picture. So even if you draw against 3 of the teams, you're still in it. But if you drop 3 points completely for 3 games, it takes you out of the picture, in my opinion. Bro. So it's gonna be really tight.
In between Man United, I forgot. In between Man United and Villa, we've got Palace. We're home to Palace.
We'll be Palace at home. We'll be Palace at home.
You reckon?
Yeah. Yeah.
Between Man United and Villa, do you think we beat Palace?
Yeah, I think so. If it was at Palace's ground, it's a bit different. But I think it was at home. Personally, for me, going through the remainder of the fixtures of the season, and I know our home record's been a bit this season, but we got to get 3 points at home, man. We have to. We have to.
Yeah, no, it's good. We do need to win our home games.
You have to win your home games. And if you end up getting like a point on the road, you'll take it. You'll take it. But if you win your home game,
point on the road depends who you're playing, bro. Because I'm not taking a point on the road to Leicester. You are crazy, bro. If we get a point at Leicester, bro, forget it. Forget the top 4, top 5, bro. Yeah, you've blown it. We've absolutely blown it. Yeah. But a few more comments there. Don't forget, guys, if you want to join the chat, we'll put the link in there. You can join it for a couple of minutes, have your say.
I'll put a link in the chat in a moment, guys.
But PDK said, win half our games, we've got 5th, in my opinion. Yeah, but listen, we'll get to May, because May's ugly. Yeah. Scant said, Man United will get a draw. You know they will. Against who? Not against us. They're not getting a draw against us. You must talk about Man City, bro. We are slapping them at home, bro. There's no way. There's no way we're dropping points to Man United. Not a chance. I'm telling you that straight. Not a chance. Yeah. MBFX said, Forest not in the clear, but they need a wobble for you guys to get in, because City will be there. City will get top 5. City will get top 5. I don't know where they're going to get 4th or 5th, because they're not getting 3rd. They're not getting 3rd.
I think we have to worry a little bit about Chelsea. People were not. It's a team that is just there still. They're hanging around. But once again,
is a Chelsea fan, they don't think so.
But once again, they are so inconsistent as well, though.
But Jackson's coming
there was some mad stat the other day that they've only won like 2 games out of like 7 or something silly like that. And I was like, what?
No, have you seen that? Bro, they're gonna have to pull off some sort of master stroke to get this. You know, look, this is their fixtures. All right, home to Tottenham, they always beat Tottenham. Away to Brentford, not a given. Home to Ipswich, they'll probably beat Ipswich.
Yeah.
Away to Fulham, London Derby, not a given. Home to Everton, not a given. Home to Liverpool, write that off. Yeah, unless Liverpool are drunk because they've won the title by then, right? Away to Newcastle, not a given. Home to Man United tend to turn up against Chelsea, bro, to get a draw. And then away to Nottingham Forest. If Forest is top 4 things, defend on it. Bro, Chelsea ain't making this, bro. The way Cole Palmer's playing as well, it's not happening.
The drop-off is serious, isn't it? Like, to be honest, we've not seen, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think we've seen anything of Cole Palmer in 2025.
Bro, didn't even miss a penalty the other day. In his last game was like, bro, this guy's he's not about it. Yeah, all this hype must have gone to his head. Yeah. Vibes with his wife's cartel and that. And then since then, bro, he ain't done nothing.
Yeah. Absolutely I did see some chat the other day about their coach, Maresca, that tends to start seasons well but can't finish well. I don't know if that's a stat or not, but yeah.
Look what he did at Leicester. Yeah, he almost blew that title, bro. They were clear. And then from Christmas, they just started with some big slump. Huge slump, and then they crawled over the line in the end. But Mighty Mac says Forest definitely getting Champions League and deserve it. Yes. The way Forest have done very well. They don't forget they spent as well, and they've got a big squad. Yeah. However, Nuno's done a fantastic job there. They've got some ballers there. Elanga scored yesterday in his international game. Elanga, they've got Gibbs White, Hudson-Odoi, and then you've got Danilo, Murillo, you've got Chris Wood playing out of his skin, which can all things come together next season?
Chris Wood is apparently injured as well, by the way.
Is he?
Yeah, he's injured.
Oh, that's a big one. You see they're going in for they're in for Gokeres as well. They're looking to get Gokeres as well. And bro, they're not playing, Forest ain't playing. I think they went for someone else as well. I can't remember who it was, but they're looking to put money on the table, bro. They're not rapping. They're not. None of this Newcastle. Let's see what we've got, and then limp in the Champions League. Nah, they mean business. Yeah. Big up Jefferson in the comments, man. Big up Jefferson.
Yeah, Jefferson. What up?
Big up, lads. Jumped in real quick. I think the 2 key factors are Spurs, Man United winning Europa League means 5th we won't get Champions League. I think if Chelsea finish top 4 and win Conference League, then we will get Europa League. You know what? That's a lot to consider. I'm praying that these English teams do not win the Europa League, none of them. Yeah, but he makes a good point there, because it'll be typical Newcastle. We get 5th, and then one of them idiots go and win the Europa League, and we get knocked out.
Yeah. I think what the reality of that is, It is difficult because I do think about Man United. They literally haven't lost a game in Europa, which does not give me the confidence that they could like drop out of this competition.
No, bruv, they ain't getting it. They are not winning that Europa League. They are awful. I don't care. I don't care. Have you seen the way they've been playing? Nah, bruv. Nah.
And also, there's another thing about Man United, and everyone knows it. Bruno Fernandes is saving their skin every game. Every game. The other day I saw him score a free kick, and I was just like, it's literally that play of like, if you didn't play for Man United right now, they'll be in a worse position than they are. So
yeah,
they almost rely on one player because they ain't got no striker.
But listen, we're going to need them to do a couple of jobs in the Premier League for us as well, to be fair. So, but if you look at May, this is where it gets sticky for us, yeah, because none of those games there,
Brighton game, man.
None of those games are guaranteed wins, bro. None of them. Yeah, and you know the way Eddie Howe plays, he works the plays, 100-mile-an-hour football and that. Bro, we could run out of gas. Can't me, bro.
Bro, I can see a couple of those games where we might have to play a formation of 5-5-0 again, boy, because it's
no. There's only one they could play that. In fact,
we'll play Arsenal again.
Arsenal.
I tell you what, that Arsenal game, they're gonna want a bit of revenge on us, because they're gonna feel like
Arsenal. I know we're not rivals, yeah. We're not their level, right? But they hate us. Arteta hates Eddie Howe, yeah, hates him, and he hates Jason Tindall.
Didn't shake his hand, did he? At the end of the last game,
didn't take his time at all. Blank both of them. But he hates Newcastle. He never gives us credit, yeah. And there's a bitterness between the two clubs now. Ever since we frustrated them with that 0-0 couple years ago, they were pissed, right? And then obviously we beat them 1-0 with the Gordon goal, the controversial goal that time. Remember Bruno's first season, the 2-0. We slapped them, ended their title hopes. I think it was or top four, one of them, one of the top four hopes, whatever it was. And then
Gordon doing the corner flag as well. We got so much bounce. Yeah.
Isak, they're pining for Isak. He goes and puts it, dunks on Saliba and Gabriel. Yeah, bro, they can't stand us. Remember the header that he put the 1-0. I remember when last they've only scored one goal at St James's Park in the last 3 seasons or 3 or 4 seasons, bro. Yeah, so. They want blood. Don't go on. The title race will be over by then, whether they have to fight for second or third.
And the one thing I will say about Arsenal is this: they are another team as well. They have no striker. Arsenal fans don't like to hear me say it. They know it anyway. But bro, you ain't got no striker.
Yeah.
So
makes it easier to play.
And I think that is their issue. They're going to have remaining of their season. It's just like, how many goals are you going to score the rest of the season, Arsenal? Because so far in this 2025, the goals are dried up. They relied a lot on what's his name coming back into the team.
Saka.
No, what's the other guy called? He came back off injury. Oh, I've forgotten. Odegaard, yeah. They were waiting a lot of the Odegaard.
Yeah. 1 year he's doing bits still.
He hasn't quite.
No, he hasn't. But there's rumor that Saka's coming back. He's in training at the moment. 1 year he's doing well.
That's forced.
Yeah, I know. I think
that sounds like they're desperate because they've got no other ammunition.
Well, you think about it though. When we play them, like 2 things: the title will be done by then, right? So Liverpool won the league. So unless they're fighting for that second place, they're not really going to be up for it. Plus, they might. If hell freezes over, they might actually beat Real Madrid in the next tie. So they could still be in the Champions League. Yeah. So if that's the case, and then I don't know who the next games get if they get through. I can't remember who they play. But hypothetically, if they're still in the Champions League, that could be a distraction. Yeah. So
I'm just gonna put this out straight. They're not beating Real Madrid. They're not. Real Madrid, man. When it comes to Champions League. It's almost like they feel like the cup is theirs. They feel like it's theirs. And I think at the moment, not to switch topic about Champions League all of a sudden, but part of me thinks they're going to win Champions League this season. I know people think
Real Madrid.
Yeah.
I mean, they're favourites. But let's be honest. No one very few people expected PSG to beat Liverpool. Yeah. And I'm not saying Arsenal are Liverpool and PSG, wherever, but anything can happen in the Champions League, bro. No one expected Villa to get this far. Yeah.
Nah,
So
Real Madrid are different, bruv. They are different.
they are different. But if Arsenal can sneak a 1-0 or a 2-0 lead at the Emirates, yeah, which is not beyond the realms of possibility, yeah.
What, with no striker?
Bro, all it takes is 2 set pieces, you know. 2 set pieces.
But that's another thing with Arsenal, though. Their set pieces are dried up. They've got found out now.
They can be revived. They can be revived.
I don't know. Arsenal fans in the chat, let me know, because I think, and I don't want to be too harsh on Arsenal, but obviously I would love to see you, you know, obviously you want to back English teams in the Champions League.
No, we don't. No, we don't. Listen, unless you're Pep Guardiola, I don't care which British team does it. Yeah, if it's not Newcastle, I don't care, bro. I'd rather all of them out. Yeah, I got no love for these English teams in the Champions League.
We want to think about our 5th place contingency.
The coefficient,
Right. That's what I'm getting at.
Let Villa get through. Let Villa get through and get slapped in the next round. Yeah, I don't need these English teams in there. Nah, long. That's long. Big up Jefferson for joining as well. I know he had to stop by and that, so I appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that. But yeah, have you seen this? Cav said, are the reports true about Isak rejected the initial contract talks? I haven't heard that. It wouldn't surprise me if he had, because he never accepted the first offer anyway.
Saw something today, actually. It come through my Google thing. I get Google.
Who was it? Was it that Graham guy from is it football? Not Football Insider. I can't remember which one it is.
It's one of those ones. Yeah, it's one of those. I don't really trust them sources, because even when you go to the article, they almost like decode it and hide it away. It's like it's not clear as day, man. So if it's not clear as day with the information, bro, you're lying to me. So far as I understand, I don't think it's true. I don't think it's true.
Listen, watch. They're going to announce his new contract at the parade, mate. Watch. Yeah, at the mall. Yeah. I'm not leaving. Yeah, listen. Isak stay. Isak stay.
Oh gosh.
But yeah, looking at the May fixtures, how many points are you expecting?
May. Brighton away is a hard game.
Write it off.
Hard. Brighton are just weird, man. They just got some momentum at the moment as well.
But not only that, they beat us all the time. they beat us all the time. Yeah.
I know, and yeah, I don't know. Chelsea at home. I fancy that, to be honest, because we're at home. If that was away, it's different circumstances. But Chelsea, they don't really have much of a good format at James's Park, to be honest. So I think there's an opportunity there. Arsenal away, tough fixture. But at the same time, though, they might not give a shit by then. At the same time, but Everton at home, we got to win our last game at home, man. Last game of the season, we have to. So we're looking at probably difficult, man. I'm looking at 2 wins there, possibly a draw and possibly a loss. So maybe a loss against Brighton, win against Chelsea, draw against Arsenal, win against Everton.
So you're saying for the next 10 games, well, no, you're saying 23 points, you say? Because you said what? 7 points there. And you said 13 points from the other one in the Palace as well. Yeah, so 60 points. So you're saying 23 points, yeah?
Well, yeah.
What are we on at the moment? 47? 40?
Do the maths, people. Do the maths.
What are we on at the moment? So we're on 47. Yeah? So you're saying 70 points.
Could be possible.
Points. You said we're going to get 70 points.
I don't know. I don't want to write that on a check, but yeah, it's possible. It's possible.
So did you say? So basically, are you saying that we're going to lose 1 game out of 10, which is Brighton?
Potentially, yeah. Potentially
70. Listen, I need
because there's a few draws in there, but the games that I think we're going to win, I think we should win.
Well, I'm a bit different, right? Because we're going to lose to Brighton. I think we draw to Chelsea. Arsenal draw. And Everton we win. Oh, but you see, Everton, it'd be just like them to spoil the party as well. Yeah? That's a horrible May, you know. That's a horrible May. We could potentially lose all those games. Yeah. But I think we'll lose to Brighton.
We have to believe, though, D-man. We have to believe. And by the way, I'm going to go to my prediction because in the start of the season, Isak's going to hit 30 goals as well, yeah? So that's part of the mix here as well. He's going to score
30 league goals.
Yeah, man.
And how much is he on that moment?
20-something? Is it?
21?
Yeah, something like that.
Let me have a look.
And Isak at the moment's got an estimate of ratio about 2 goals per game. So
Isak's got 19 league goals. So you're telling me he's going to get 11, yeah, in 10 games.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the Leicesters, the Ipswich, he can back 2 goals in those. Easy.
He can do, but he could easily blank against Aston Villa, Chelsea, Arsenal, Everton, yeah, Brighton. Yeah, he could blank. You're telling me 30 league goals? 30. What's Mo Salah on? Obviously, Mo Salah's going to beat 30. But
Mo Salah's going to hit 30, man.
Oh, yeah, he's on 27. So Mo Salah will get like 30. But you know what? He now that he's only got the league to go for, he's going to be on smoke, bro. So he could get like 40 league goals. Salah could get 40 league goals. Yeah. Haaland's on 21. I guarantee you don't get more than 26. The way this guy's playing, he won't get more than 26 goals, bro. If Haaland doesn't get 30, from the next few games, well, something needs to be fair. But I actually don't think he will. I don't think he will. Isak, how many do you think Chris Wood will get? Chris Wood's on 18.
Chris Wood's going to hit about 24, something like that. I think because he's injured as well. I just think as well with Newcastle, we've got the win behind our sails, man.
I think the Brentford game will tell us if we've got the win behind ourselves.
I'm telling you, man. I think we have to believe a little bit here. I feel like, come on, we've seen how good Isak's in form at the moment. We see his international, what he's doing there as well.
It's about the 10 man behind him as well, though.
Yeah, I get that. And we are relying on a Murphy to either turn up that day or not, right? I admit, we're relying on but also it does go back to as well, you know,
Here's a question.
Can other players...
right? So here's a question. How many league goals from here to the end of the season does Callum Wilson score? Because we're going to need some of his goals, you know.
I have to admit, man, I'm not a believer of Wilson. I haven't been since the start of the season. I said he's dead to me. Man doesn't exist, right? Might as well be on the back of a milk carton for all I care, right? Man's missing. Where's Wilson? Where's Wilson? Because it's just not, I don't know. If we think he's going to come back now and put on his cape and perform, I just can't see it. I just can't see it. So unfortunately, I'm not banking on it. I'm looking more at Barnes stepping up to the plate, Gordon adding some value here. Hell, I think there's a better chance of Sula maybe coming and scoring in one of these games than Wilson right now.
No, bro.
I'm being serious.
Sula's there for the vibes this season, man. Next season, but for now, he's just there throwing up gang signs, brother, and doing little dances.
Sula needs to be utilised. Because I think what we've got to do as well is, depending on how the certain games go, but when it hits a certain time, put Isak and Cotton Wool, man, take them off. Like this is a time of the season as well. We cannot, please. I don't want to mention the word.
Yeah, I get it, but we've only got 10 games left, bro. So Isak needs to play 80 minutes of every game. Yeah, unless like Leicester, if we're slapping them 4-0, take him off. right? Or if any other game, Man United, we were up 3-0, take him off, right? But the other games, Ipswich maybe, take him off. He has to start, probably he has to start every game. But listen, these games are going to be tight. They're going to be tight.
So I just want to pull up a comment from the Red Pitch podcast. Says Wilson will get injured. You're right, brother. You're right.
Don't put that. Listen. We know it's likely to happen, but let's not say it out loud. Yeah, let's not manifest it. Right?
I'm just not a believer.
I'm not a believer either. Yeah?
I'm not a believer.
But he's paying for his future elsewhere.
I can't count on and rely on it. I would rather say and look forward to saying that I think Joe Linton's got a couple of goals in him the rest of the season. Do you know what I mean? I've got more faith than that.
Surely Wilson's got 4 goals, 5 goals.
No,
I think he has.
And also, at the state of play of this current team and the current squad, Wilson's never starting. You're relying on Wilson to come on for the last 10 minutes and produce something.
Well, he was doing that last season. Was it last season? He was coming on. He was coming on, getting goals. He was getting goals here and there. You know what I mean?
That was last season, D-man. I don't think you have to understand that. Like, this is a different season. This is a different season where, I hate to say it, but Wilson comes onto the pitch, man looks archaic, man.
He starts wrestling with defenders.
It doesn't look. It's not his fault. It's just the fact that he's suffering from quite a lot of injury. It's also the fact that he's a bit older now. His legs are going a little bit. It's not quite the same. I know people laugh when they say like Wilson looks like he's running with jeans on, right?
Yeah, it doesn't look good. It don't look good. But I'm trying to, like Adrian said, I'm trying to be optimistic. Yeah, I am, Adrian. I am trying to be optimistic.
I'm a realist. I said at the beginning of the season, I am not relying on Wilson.
All right, fair enough.
No,
fair
I'm
enough.
not. And so far, I'm right.
Yeah,
right. Hashtag right. AC was right. But
I see. Double D said Arsenal will be in Cancun. You'll beat them. Big up Mikey P. Big up Win. Locked in.
Mikey P, what's up?
Yeah, Jeff. Win said, "Is Jefferson in hiding?" No, he just off this one. He'll be back soon, hopefully. So not too long from now. Adrian said, "Come on, D-man, sink your spoon in the optimism Sunday." Listen, I actually think we will get top 5. Yeah, I think we will get 5th. My worry is Spurs or Man United winning Europa League. Yeah, I'm more concerned with Spurs, right? Because you know, Big Ange apparently wins things in his second season. This is the only thing he's got left. So
yeah, but he got knocked out of Carabao. So anyway,
yeah, but that was by Liverpool, right? And I know Liverpool were light work for us, but it's still Liverpool, right? The caliber of teams left. There's some of these teams left in Europa League, but anything can happen. You know what I mean? So until they get knocked out, I'm not counting much. Until they're knocked out, we need to be going for 4th. Yeah, we're not getting 3rd. We need to go for 4th, right? Double D didn't like my comment there about Liverpool, but still it is what it is, bro. Mikey P said we're going to beat up Arsenal again. I love the optimism. And like Double D said, Arsenal could be on holiday by then. Or Forest could be breathing down their necks. So, and they hate us. So regardless, they will put their full ship team out and try to go for the jugular. And they'll revel in the fact that they've ended our Champions League hopes. Right? So that's not going to be easy. So we just need to be on it, man. We need to be on it. But AC, where are we finishing? Because you said 70 points. I take it that's 4th minimum.
I don't know, man.
There's no way we finish below 4th with 70 points, bro. 65 points will probably get you 5th.
I know the tally of my thing comes to 70 points, but it is going to be about 65 or 67 points. I think we'll end up with. Realistically, if I had to be realistic, I don't know where those losses may come to alter my fixtures, but I reckon 65, 67 points we could get. And if we do that, man, I'll be happy with that. I'll be like, you know what? You guys did your best, man. If we get 70, I'll be over the moon, obviously. But I don't know, man. It depends on our neighbours. Chelsea, the Man Cities, all those guys. It depends.
Big up Tiger, by the way. Big up Tiger. He said 3:30 a.m. in India. Big up you two lads. How are you, lads? Listen, big up Tiger for locking in. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Win. doesn't matter if Spurs or Man U win Europa, we still get fifth in Europa Champions League. Nah, bro, I don't think that's the case. We get fifth and they win the Europa League. They go into the Champions League and knock us down to Europa, similar to what they did to us in the FA Cup. Right? I think it works like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but if we get fifth and they win the European competition, they go into Champions League and we don't. So
part of me does think that they haven't got the juice to win the cup, man, because just the state of affairs of how bad they are. But I don't know. One could say that the Premier League is technically harder at the moment, maybe than the Europa. I don't know, because
it's a cup competition. It's a cup competition.
Cup is different, isn't it? It's very
Remember,
different.
Both Spurs and Man U have got nothing to play for in the league. They're not getting relegated. They're not getting Europe via the league, so they can go for full power at European competition. And I don't know who they've got next in the competition itself, but they'll go in there with confidence. Because remember, this isn't teams knocked out from Champions League. This is Europa League quality, so they will be. I'm guaranteed they're probably 1 and 2 favourites for the competition. So, you know what I mean. But before we wrap up now, just a side topic. We've got a couple of Liverpool fans in the building. The Trent Alexander news, right? Now, it seems like he's pretty much off to Madrid, right? Can you understand why Liverpool fans are cussing, even though this was on the horizon of the 3 players with the contracts up? Trent was more likely to leave.
Yeah, I think the reason why some Liverpool fans, shall I say, are upset by this is because the announcement of leaving your club at this time of the season is probably not cool, because it almost sets a tempo that he's already left the club. Do you know what I mean? It's like mentally he's not there. And I think we're probably going to see that in the next few games when he performs. You'll just see that his attitude.
Get a game.
Right, exactly. It's like he's just not going to be there. And if anything, now they're just going to phase him out. That's it. So I feel like, respectfully, he could have waited a bit longer for it. But I think for his situation, his agents are probably just like, nah, secure it, because
in his defense, though,
go on.
He didn't announce this. This has just been leaked from somebody, and they've said that he's joining. He hasn't come out and said that, right?
Oh, right. I didn't realize that.
Right. But what the Liverpool fans, from what I understand, it is they're upset because he's allowed his contract to run down, right? Which is what it is his rights to do. But he's now left Liverpool in a precarious situation where they're losing basically a 60-70 million pound player, maybe even more, for nothing, right? So they're not even getting compensated financially for it, right? And also the stage of the season that it has been leaked, when you're still fighting for a title. Yes, it's pretty much done, but you're in the middle of a title run. It just leaves a bad taste. Now, what kind of reception does he get, and also what kind of send off does he get? Because he spoke about, winning the Ballon d'Or with Liverpool, captaining the club in the future and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, you're pissing off to Madrid. Now, don't get me wrong, it's Real Madrid. You don't really turn down Real Madrid, yeah? And the ironic thing is that, there were talks of him trying to, convince Bellingham to join a couple of seasons ago. Now it seems that Bellingham switched the script now and told him, yeah, come to death row. You know what I mean? So, but the thing is, I think Liverpool fans are worrying about how they replace him, but I don't think Slot is panicking. I think Slot thinks, okay, I've got 2 or 3 very viable targets that I want that will play my style of football, who could probably defend better and attack. Maybe not as effectively, but that balance is there, and he can start his rebuild.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing. Slot wants to make this team his. At the moment, it's still Klopp's. So, in that fairness, that's why he's quite happy that happy to walk. And it's the same thing with Salah, really. And if he walks, he walks, and it's just going to be like end of an era, and that's it. And prepare yourself, Liverpool fans. But then you have to go for a little bit of rebuild, and this might be a bit edgy. This is where I'm with you. What you said earlier, actually, that next season will be very different to this season. I don't think they might have won the league this season, but I'm not saying that they're not going to be in contention to win it again. They'll still be up there, obviously. Liverpool's a very good side, but you're going to go through a bit of changes. There's going to be a lot of swapping around, and it's going to take some time because you're not going to get it all done and fixed in one window. Put it that way.
Hence why they probably can't afford Isak.
Yes, and they're in a situation as well. They're going to have to get rid of people like Nunes as well. Like, are there realistically some real buyers of that? I don't know.
Saudi will put up 70, 80 million for Nunes because they're stupid and he's garbage. As long as he stays far away from Newcastle, because I see, is it Stan Collymore? Is it Stan Collymore or one of them or Michael? One said, oh, he's ideal for Newcastle. No, he's not. He's a bum. Yeah, don't want him. About Eddie Howe can work his magic. No, we don't need another striker term midfielder in our team, thanks. No, we don't need that.
It's funny how people think that they could palm off Nunes to us. It's just like it's the last thing that we need.
Deadwood, no thanks.
We're on bigger things, man.
But
I think
go on.
No, I was going to say I think going back to Trent, I think it's an interesting one where. And also, you got to look at the perspective as well. He's still very young, He's still got a lot of years left in his lifelong career as well. So,
and he's won it all at Liverpool. Yeah, he's new challenge. Some Spanish lady on the horizon.
And I think a bigger picture here. Obviously, I'm not a Liverpool fan, but the bigger picture here is just that he will play with Real Madrid. He'll play with Benetton. Believe he will step up his game a bit, and I think a lot of that as well could come back to him being at England camp as well. So there's a bigger picture at play here, I would say. But
think about the contract. I spoke about Isak and Barcelona, right? Trent has got a choice of fizzing long balls over, passes over to Mbappe, Vinny Jr. and Bellingham, or Diaz and Nunes. Yeah. There's no competition, bro. Come on, man. Imagine you see Nunes fluff these chances week in, week out when you've got a killer like Mbappe, bro. Come on, man. Your stats are going to go through the roof. Yeah, it's a no-brainer. But I see Double D said the story surfaced that he made his mind up when Klopp announced he's leaving. Interesting. Scant said, my thoughts on the video on the Red Pitch podcast. So Scant's obviously a Liverpool fan. Check out the Red Pitch podcast. You'll see his thoughts there. I'm sure they're very interesting. But he's also said, good luck to Trent. I ain't mad like our fans. Slot won't miss him. He's played him like a traditional right back. And I agree. Slot's got a plan. Yeah, Slot's got his idle targets moving forward, and I think they'll get them. I forgot the two names they were linked to. I forgot. But they'll be all right. But I see wins come back on Newcastle. Said 99% assured 5th place gets you Champions League. Fair enough. And he said, even if Chelsea win conference and either Spurs or Man U win Europa, as the UEFA coefficients currently stand at 99. Okay, interesting. And he's also said, if you drop out of top 10, it's possible for 11th in the Prem to qualify for conference. Yeah, but if you drop out of the top 10, Eddie Howe should be sacked. Yeah, cup or no cup. If he drops out of the top 10, he's got to go. Yeah, there's no excuse. No excuse.
And to do that, we're probably going to have to lose like the next 7 games as well, by the way.
Yeah. Go on. And Scats was giving it, he said he'd take Jed Spence or Aina. Okay. And wins was said potentially 6 teams in Europa, Champions League, 3 in Europa and 2 in conference. Potentially, but I don't think it will get to that. I think there'll be lots of, a lot of things have to happen for that to be in place, but I don't think. And Cav said, would you guys take Jonathan David on a free as an Isak rotation? Now, there was a debate in the Black Geordies group about this. And I'm saying yes, right? Because if we was to get Jonathan David, right? I don't know how old he is, right? But this is my take on it. If we was to get him, I think Wilson goes, right? And
100%.
Like I said, Isak is the main man. David is on rotation, sometimes play out wide, but he's rotation. And the next season, Isak leaves and David becomes our main striker. Because I think that's an indication. If we get Jonathan David, I think that's exactly what's going to happen. They're gonna chop and change. Isak's going to be the main guy. Jonathan David will play the captain a few games to get used to the league and that. And then moving forward, get the money for Isak, David becomes the main man.
Yeah, I think that'd be a wise plan. And I think this is the thing, isn't it? Is that we're in a state of play at the moment. The club will always do smart moves as much as they can. I think, it'd be very silly to sell Isak and then there's just no replacement. And then we're trying to fish around and trying to get someone in the same window. It's just like not smart moves. So I'm with you there. Whether it be Jonathan David or not, that's another thing. But if we were, I feel like this summer has to be on our list anyway to buy another striker. We have to.
Oh
we
yeah,
have to.
100%. Would you take Rory Delap as a backup striker?
I say yes, but I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'm not convinced. He's a good player, but I'm not. When everyone was getting gaslighted, I wasn't that player. I wasn't that person who was getting gaslighted at the same time. I was just like, yeah, let me see more on it. Let me see consistency. Well, I'm not sure, but I think there's potential. And don't get me wrong. We know the abilities of how he would coach him a bit more. I think that's the thing with the lab. He needs a bit more.
He's a bit raw.
He's a bit raw. It needs more coaching and such. And I feel like if we've been delapping, I'm not saying he's the same level as a Sula, but it's that kind of similar scenario where it's like it needs a bit more working on to be the finished article in that sense. And I think we've already got a Sula in that position. We don't need another one coming in because then otherwise you're going to be in a situation like Man United where you've got strikers who are just not finished products who still
he'll send a Sula out on loan. I think he'll send a Sula out on loan. Double D said Delap is cold. And he said, with a better coach, with a better coach, he will emerge. Fair enough. Eddie Howe might be the guy. Eddie Howe probably the guy to bring him to that next level. That's one thing that Eddie Howe does. He does improve players, and the lap probably fits the Eddie Howe mold. How much it costs, I don't know.
That's the thing. How much would he be?
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's cheap money there. That's going to be like
50.
I think it's going to be 60.
Jesus Christ.
I think it's going to be 60. I think you'll be surprised because it depends as well. If we're going to be in battle with another club for it, I can see it going 60.
No, there's going to be demand for him. There's going to be demand because he's a bad boy still. He's a bully as well. And he's confident. He's very confident. Wynn said, what about Mbremo and Vissa? Listen, just first of all,
raid Brentford.
Yeah, we ain't getting both of them. But I take Mbremo all day. Yeah. Mm-hmm. The reason why I wouldn't take Brissa, because as bad as he is, I think he's a very good striker. He's not coming to play second fiddle. Yeah. So we'd have to lose Isak for Vissa, and I'm not doing that. As good as Vissa is, I'm not doing that. Yeah. Same as Cunha. Yeah. I like Cunha, but if that means losing Isak, no thank you. Right? But Mbremo, all day. Imagine Mbremo, Gordon, and Isak up top.
Yeah, I think what's going to end up happening is that we're going to bring in one or two players who nobody's heard of. Quote me on this later, but I think that's what's going to end up happening. I think we're going to be doing some smart transactions. Because let's face it, when we got Bruno coming in, everyone was like, huh? It was a little like, huh? Yeah. Even with Isak, there was a bit of like, I'm not really familiar that much. But you know what I mean? I think it's going to be like that. I can't see us. We have to be smart. We just know that if you're going to buy players that are already in the Premier League, it comes with Premier League tax. That means you're paying a lot more for that worth. I just feel like we're going to be a bit more smarter. We're going to,
Bakayoko.
Yeah, we might end up just buying some players from some other leagues, and just be a bit more.
All right. So if we was to get that Hoyson from Bournemouth, Bakayoko, Delap, and then two young unknown players. Yeah, would you be happy with that? And we keep Isak, keep Bruno, keep Tonali. Botman's coming back.
Yeah, I think that would be good because it's a squad rebuild. We're building back a squad. So I think the bigger edge is a squad. And also, you got to think this squad are going to be going to Europe regardless, whether it's Champions League or not. We're going to be in Europe next season.
Yeah.
So we have to have a deeper squad.
Deep squad. And James Trafford. Because he's coming. Let's be honest. That deal's done. Yeah, he's coming.
I have to admit,
you've warmed to it, innit?
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but part of me is just like, I think there is some potential there. And it's quite low key. And I think like I think it's because Hal's so fixated. I'm like, okay, there must be a reason. Then there must be a reason. So I think it'll be all right. But I think what we'll have to do is someone has to go then, isn't it? As well. I don't know who it will be. It's probably going to be Dubravka, isn't it? And we'll probably hold on to Pope.
But the brother just signed a new contract.
But that's all a ploy, isn't it? They're going to sign him a new contract, so then we can still get good cash for him. Because I think he's going to walk away for free this summer, wasn't he? Otherwise,
yeah. Who's this? I see Cav from Red Pitch. He said, "You guys are linked to." How do you pronounce that? Paxo from Feyenoord. Who's that? What position does he play? Someone let me know because I've never heard of him. Yeah, is he an attacking player? Is he defender? What is he? I've never heard of him. Is he any good?
I'm not familiar.
Is he any good?
I ain't come across him on FIFA yet. I ain't come across him on FIFA.
Wait, one saying centre forward, one saying fullback. What is he, bruv? What is he? Someone let me know. Gatza said Keller Kwanzaa plus cash for Isak incoming. No, thank you. No, thank you. Yeah. Let me make this clear, right? I do not want to lose Isak for love nor money, right? And I don't think we're gonna play some player plus cash swap deal. No, that's not happening. And I don't even think we're gonna sell him. Even if you come with 120 million, we're not going to sell him. And I do not think any club subs up 150 million. I don't think he's going anywhere this season in the summer. I don't think he's going anywhere. But
no.
Right, this guy's a winger. Apparently, he's a winger. Yeah.
He better be on the right. He better be on the right. Do not give me a left winger, please. Please.
Listen, Scans, stop believing this media hype, innit? Yeah? We offered you lot Gordon plus, we wanted Gordon for Quanta or something like that, which is ludicrous in itself. But that's where it stops, bro. None of this offering Isak business. Don't believe anything you hear, bro. Chelsea came in for him and we said no. Right? Don't worry about that. But hold a minute. This guy can play on the left. We don't need a left winger. Yeah? We need a right winger. Does this brother play on the right? Please.
The last thing we need is another backup dancer on the left, right? I don't need it, right? We got enough. Like MC Hammer had all the dancers. I don't need another dancer, right?
Is he really gonna do it? Double D Isak come to death row. No, bro. No. Seriously, if you're Liverpool and you approach Isak, what's your how are you selling it to him? Yeah? Considering that Trent's gone, Virgil and Salah's future still up in the air, you come to Isak's door and say, what are you saying to him? I need to know.
Because the thing is, with Slot at the moment, just generally thinking about it, like when he's going to track players in, he's almost telling them like, it's the start of a new project, bring in. And I feel like Isak coming into like a start of another project in that kind of sense. That's what I do. I do believe that when he does eventually leave the club, bro, he's going overseas.
He's going to Barcelona.
He's going to Barca. And I could see him at Barca, to be honest, because the link up there would be unreal. I wouldn't lie.
Can you imagine?
Lamine Yamal and Isak.
And Rafinha.
They would eat. You know what I mean?
Cook. Hey, Double D, listen. If you don't want Tyndall dancing in the videos, listen. Leave Mad Dog alone, innit? Yeah? Leave Mad Dog alone. Dancing in the videos.
Mad Dog with the Wham t-shirt.
Yeah. But Cav said, can Barca spend Isak money? Listen, people need to stop with this narrative that Barca are broke, because no matter how broke they are, they always find a way. They'll just put another lever for their sponsorship thing and they'll sell the stadium rights 3 times over again, bro. Yeah?
They got Spotify money in it. They got Spotify.
Spotify money, yeah. Have Kendrick headlining one of their shows or something like that, bro. They're going to get...
guys, all of your premium subscriptions of Spotify is paying for Barcelona.
Yeah. And I'm not mad at it, but I love Barcelona anyway, so it's all good. But...
Stop your subscriptions and go Apple Music, yeah.
But listen, we're going to have to leave it there. Listen, thank you all for joining in the chat. Listen, we don't know when we're going to be back because I'm actually off on holiday next week. So I won't be able to cover the Brentford game, and I think it's the game after that. I'm not sure, but I'll be back definitely for the Man United game. I'll be back anyway. I'm going to that one. We can review that one. But We may have a show in between. If not, we'll see you soon. But thank you all for listening. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. And this will be available on the audio platforms as well, the Apple Podcast and Spotify. And yeah, until next time, we're out. Peace.
Thank you, people. Salute. In a bit.